Hey Stackers, welcome back to the channel. So you heard it right in the intro. Back in January, I did cover one of Amir Adnani's successful companies, this one being Gold Mining Incorporated. This a New York Stock Exchange listed equity, so no pennies or pink sheets here with this one, guys. This is a top shelf mining company, and what else could you expect from the owner of Uranium Energy Corp and Uranium Royalty, which we both covered here on the channel as well. Really like this guy. He's got a great mindset, very successful. So with the latest CPI figures showing year-over-year inflation here in the United States now of 8.5%, that's 8.5% and growing, I'm doing all that I can financially speaking to turn profits in gold and silver mining companies that tend to exceed the gains that we witness in physical precious metals during previous gold cycles. Okay, so looking back in time, talking to the professionals here, I'm fairly convinced that we haven't seen the peak yet for gold and silver with the latest inflationary data. It feels like things are lagging. And when we see that run up, these stocks, especially well-performing stocks like Gold Mining Incorporated, they're going to do quite well. And I'm beginning to position myself. So let me talk to you about the company and see if it's something that you might be interested in as well. All right, so if you're totally new here, welcome to the channel, all right? I have a philosophy when it comes to investing and saving in precious metals, and I look at both options very differently, all right? When I'm stacking, I'm saving. When I'm purchasing, mining companies or royalty companies being those that finance mining company operations. So they're tied to the mining operation as well. I really like to look to stocks because you can get in and get out pretty quick. You don't have to pay the premium that you do when investing. If you consider stacking investing, I don't. I consider it savings. I think you get the point. So because I follow the metals so closely as a stacker and a YouTuber, someone who's always looking at the prices, always looking at the market movers, what's going on in the world that moves precious metals prices, I figured, why not take that information and invest too? And so here we are, guys. All right, so I call my strategy, this one some of you guys have heard, the castle strategy is I consider myself king of my own financial future and I refuse to become a victim of circumstance. So in my strategy, I like to focus on the ultimate savings vehicle as my castle keep. That is the center of my castle, the most precious part, right, of my home, because I know that gold has been known as money for thousands of years across geographically diverse civilizations. I mean, if you go to Central and South America, Asia, Africa, you name it, gold has been money for as long as written history, as far as I know. So known as money for thousands of years, and it's also recognized for its beauty, stability, and of course, value today. So quite a long time. All right, so gold, unlike its cousin silver, is much less volatile and more largely viewed as a monetary asset, and not as much as an industrial metal of which silver has been trending toward for decades, ever since a lot of countries decoupled from silver with their coins. So United States, 1964, no more 90% silver. Really ever since that time, yes, of course, the value of silver has gone up. It's still used in jewelry. It's also obviously used for investment purposes like bullion. But it has been, trending as time has gone on and advanced technologies continue to do what they do, which is advance. It has become more industrial in nature, right? And because of that, because it's more tied to the economy, right? The overall health of the economy, the economic forecast, silver is more volatile. All right. So as a man in his young 40s, that's me with a stay-at-home wife and small kids, I'm really doing all that I can to both invest and save. And physical metals, as well as gold mining companies, have been very good for me. So let's go ahead and talk now about silver. Silver, on the other hand, being cheaper and more abundant, I do consider it my castle walls. All right, I want to build my stack of silver up tall and heavy to keep the world and all of its mischief at bay, really. I mean, a strong castle wall could be a deterrent, right? A lot of silver offers my family and I protection. It's a fallback, a safe place, the shelter from the storm, right? Safe haven. So I've been focused really hard these last 3 years on building up my castle walls, and I've really enjoyed every minute of stacking silver. It's an incredible lifestyle, and I'm going to continue to do it because it really is a lifestyle. When you commit to it and you begin to recognize the value of precious metals and how much we spend on all the nonsense out there when it comes to the currency that we have, It just makes more sense to stack metals, and you start spending less on other things that aren't so meaningful, and more on building up a tangible savings account and also some investments in these companies that bring that metal to market. So I love to save in silver and gold, and I've made a habit of it for years. I've really dedicated most of my spare pennies to stacking it up now for a little more than 3 years. But when it comes to expanding my influence and really growing my financial kingdom, staying on the castle analogy here, it's all about the offense, baby, okay? And that is where we switch gears today and focus on gold mining equities or stocks in a terrific North American-based company that I have come to love, and that's Gold Mining Incorporated. Heck, they even have a great name, Gold Mining Incorporated. Pretty much sums up the industry. So to put stocks and crypto into my castle analogy, they, my friends, are really the army, all right? They live outside the castle walls. I invest in them. I pray they will win and return with the spoils of war to build a bigger castle for myself. That is, the more cash I earn in these, stock trades and cryptocurrency trades, the more I'm able to do. I'm able to pay my house off quicker. I'm able to invest and stack more, right? Increase my span of influence. So there you go, guys. That's my castle analogy. Now, Gold Mining Incorporated shares, in my belief, of a good mixture of offense and defense, really being mostly defensive in nature. I mean, heck, they mine gold, okay? The world's oldest money. The safe haven investment of all safe haven investments. So there is the defensive aspect of the company, but they are also aggressively pursuing the acquisition of existing gold mines in the Americas, all right? So it's very expensive, as you know, to explore for, and also, get the correct permits. You got to go through EPA, all the stuff, right? Get a crew out there, get samples, financing for it all once you're on the gold. That all takes time. And time is money. So if there's an opportunity out there to buy an existing mine and then bring your expertise and management to that location, you already know the gold's there. Perhaps there's already infrastructure, electricity, running water, those important things that a gold mining operation would require, right? Maybe access to a highway or a railway, all things to consider. So if those exist and they're affordable, right, then gold mining is going after them. All right. If it's a good deal for them, they want to get them. And that way they can go ahead and develop those mines and start bringing more gold to market. All right. So it's important to follow this company here. We'll go ahead and talk about some of the news here in just a minute, but I really think you need to focus on the writing on the wall, my friends. And that is the fact that the fiat-based system of money is really dying. This concept that we can continually raise the debt ceiling and inflate our currencies to make our debt repayments easier over time, it's one of failure. I mean, look at it. We just continue to raise the debt ceiling and our money is just worth less and less. It is failing and will fail because politicians and bankers, that is, the people who control the world's global financial system, the manipulators, right? Those that pull the strings, well, they never seem to be in tune with each other. And each new politician that's wanting to win an election, what do they do to win elections, right? They make promises. And what do promises mean? Money, right? That means printing more money or raising taxes. And it's really hard to get elected on a campaign promise to raise taxes, okay? I mean, it does happen time to time, but I think you catch my drift, right? Once they get in office, then they just print more money. So paying for things that, with money that doesn't exist, you have to create it. You have to add it to the ledger. And no matter what you might think of cryptocurrencies, for instance, in my humble opinion, it is a sign of things to come, all right? It's a shot across the bow. Finance is evolving, but one thing remains constant and will remain constant long after we are done with the fiat system, long after cryptocurrency is probably, regulated and controlled and every nation has a cryptocurrency. There's something that will always be there. There's something that will always offer protection, and that's gold. All right, so let's talk about the news. All right, so not too long ago, Gold Mining did release a letter to its shareholders. I'm going to read the first two paragraphs of that. And dear fellow shareholders, over the last 12 months, we witnessed one of the most dynamic periods in gold mining's 11-year history. That's right, the company is 11 years old, with several key catalysts creating a sound foundation for the company to execute various initiatives in the years ahead to continue to unlock value from our vast portfolio of projects in the Americas. Very stable. They're in the Americas, folks, here. Okay, this is not the third world. Through Gold Mining's strategic holdings of 20 million shares in Gold Royalty, which is another company, stock ticker GROY, the company has built an extremely robust and flexible balance sheet with approximately $120 million in cash and marketable securities. Following Roy's commencement of an inaugural dividend, gold mining expects to receive roughly $1 million in dividend cash flow per year. All right, so pretty good start to the shareholders letter there. Let's move on with some more great news from this company, which is doing quite well, especially in this high inflationary market. So back on March 14th, Gold Mining Incorporated did make an acquisition, and they are pleased to announce that it has acquired an existing 1% net smelter return, that's an NSR or royalty, on the company's Yarumolito project in Colombia from New Range Gold Corp. So they bought the royalty out. Pursuant to the agreement, the company paid New Range $100,000 in Canadian dollars in cash and also delivered 10,000 common shares of the company to New Range. All right, so what they're doing here is creating cash flow. I'm just going to guess that some of this cash flow is likely, to help them pursue additional acquisitions, right, in order to grow the size of the company and grow the balance sheet, and obviously return more to shareholders, grow the value of the stock. And in other news, on April 12th, Gold Mining announced that they have begun a program that has commenced a program of exploration drilling on the La Garrucha target. I'm hoping I said that correctly, located less than 1 kilometer to the east and immediately adjacent to the existing mineral resources on the company's 100% owned La Mina project, located in Antioquia, Colombia. All right, so this is actually down in South America. All right, guys, so we've got an exciting time going on right now for precious metals. Last year was a pretty slow year. We saw the highs in gold and silver in January of 2021 and watched as prices gradually declined throughout the year, while also witnessing the price of pretty much everything go up. All right, inflation was called transitory. It proved not to be transitory. Okay, guys, it's not that transitory, is that it keeps going up, and it's expected to continue to go up. And you got to be real careful as far as how deep you read into the numbers that are in the CPI. All right, I don't want to say that it's cooked, but use your brain. All right, so guys, Gold Mining Incorporated, great company to look at. Still very cheap, still under $2, doing fairly well. And very well owned. Got a great owner, good management team, and they are looking to make further acquisitions, and they have the cash to do so to bring more gold to market during this gold cycle. So check them out. I've got details in the video description section down below. We'll have some links that'll take you directly to the company's webpage. I'd like to thank Gold Mining Incorporated, too, for reaching out to me and asking me to do a follow-up on my original coverage of the company back in January. Thank you guys very much. It's a pleasure, actually. Great company. Really cool to see what you are able to accomplish, and I look forward to seeing you grow even further. So thank you all for watching today. Thank you for all your support. For those that are still here, keep stacking, my friends, and I'll be back very soon with more physical, tangible, precious metals. Have a great night, all.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel.